Thank you for being here for this SiT retreat. For those who are coming for the first time, SiT is nothing but spirituality in IT. These SiT events were started in Hyderabad, and now these events are being conducted across all over major cities in India. The intention of this SiT retreat is to share the benefits of Raj Yoga meditation, which we are experiencing, and I hope you will also take this benefit by learning this Raj Yoga meditation. This is our 14th session in Bangalore, and as you all know, today's topic is discovering your purpose. And today, to discuss about this topic, today we are pleased to welcome Mr. Bhanu Prasad, a very special guest. He is presently working in Tata Consultancy Services, and he has been practicing this Raj Yoga meditation since 15 years through BrahmaKumaris, with focus on personal development and positive change. By education, he has done Masters in General Management from Harvard University and a postgraduate diploma in Human Values from Anjaneya University. And he has a certificate in Converting Strategy into Action from Stanford University. And more recently, he was awarded the prestigious Sterling Fellowship for the Leadership Excellence, and he is one of the 12 Indians selected for the award by the British government. And he has conducted various workshops and seminars across all over India and abroad. Few of the topics which I would like to mention are meditation made easy, making excellence a habit, positive thinking, stress management, work-life balance, integrated lifestyle, positive change, self-management, motivation, passion at work, among others. And Balu believes in continuous learning, and he is an active participant in several international events that focus on youth, spirituality and information technology. With that, I ask you all to give your full attention to Mr. Bhanu Prasad and help me in welcoming onto the stage. Mr. Bhanu Prasad.
Hello, can you all hear me? Okay. We should do some exercise right up front because I know you're all sitting in comfortable places with all friends and all that. So we would like to do some shuffling quickly, right? So that you don't sit with somebody whom you're familiar with. Okay. So if you can all, maybe every alternate person can raise your hands and get up. Raise your hands, every alternate person. Yeah. 2. Yeah. Next. Yeah. Go ahead. That's good. So if you can all get up and come forward, all of those. Yeah. The rest of them who are sitting there can fill those spaces. Yeah, please come forward. Yeah, both of you. One of you had to come up. Come forward. It is you. Please come forward. Yeah. Come forward, please. Okay. Are you sitting next to a stranger? Are you sitting next to somebody whom you don't know? Okay, that's good. Okay. You managed to sit next to each other again. Both of you. If you can please move. Come forward, please. Come forward. Yeah, one of you can come forward. Come here. Please come forward. Yeah. Okay. So, discovering your purpose, right? Does this topic sound too philosophical? Right? Is it essential? Yeah? So, it does sound a bit over the air kind of a thing. But it is one of the most important things to have an idea. So, I would just like to ask you, how many of you feel you are at that stage in your life where you need to discover your purpose? Or you have already discovered your purpose? How many of you have already discovered your purpose? Anybody discovered your purpose already? No. How many of you have some idea? Maybe 30%. Is the mic working? Okay. Mic is working. Yeah. So I just want to make sure how many of you have 10-15%, some idea of what your purpose is, what do you want to do in life? It's okay, I will not ask you to tell that, so feel free. Okay, that's good. So, and those who have no clue what your purpose is, that's also perfectly fine. One of the videos here was very interesting where they said many people finish their lives without knowing what their purpose is. So we are not the first ones. Right? There has been somebody before us. But it's very interesting. So the way we have structured this, because it is a spirituality focused retreat, so our emphasis is on spirituality, understanding the purpose that we can achieve something, but based on fundamentals built inside us. Right? So the whole focus is going to be on spiritual dimension to realizing your purpose. So it's very important to understand that whether you have already identified your purpose or whether you have discovered it or not, there is a purpose for you. Right? So, and another important aspect to understand is we inherently have the ability, have the potential. It is just that we haven't uncovered all of that potential, right? So I'll ask you a question now. And by the way, this presentation is going to have a lot of questions. Okay, the whole point is not for me to answer those questions at all. And the more serious you are in terms of saying, let me make use of this time and do something with these questions. All of you should have a notebook. All of you have a notebook? If anybody does not have a notebook, somebody will provide you a notebook and pen. Please make sure you have a notebook with you. Notebook. Yeah, notebook please, notebook. Yeah, I think you can all sit down at your desks. You can all sit down at your chairs. There somebody will come and give it to you. Take it easy. Here you are taken care of. Right, so somebody will come and give it. You can come back and sit. Yeah. Okay. So all of you should have a pen as well. So somebody will give you a pen. Please come and sit down. Okay. So any guesses what this is? Any guesses what is that? Take a guess. There is no negative marks, no wrong answers. You don't need to pass the question. Take a guess. What is that? And by the way, the more involved you are, the better it is. The more likely that you are going to write something, and the more likely that you are going to write something, the more likely you are going to retain something, and the more likely you are retaining something, you are going to do something with it. Okay, so please respond. Yeah. So what is this? Any guesses? Quickly. Pine cone. Very close. Pine cone. So this is actually a seed. This is a seed. Do you know what tree seed it is? Of course you wouldn't know because you didn't know what it was. So you know what these trees are? This is a human being, a person standing there. So these are called the giant redwoods, redwood trees or sequoia trees. These are the world's largest trees. They grow up to the height of 100 meters and thousands of years old. On an average, the tree is about 1200 years old, one tree. So all the information, all the knowledge that was necessary for this tree to grow is contained inside that seed. Inside it, isn't it? How many years ago? 1000 years ago. All the information. How long it will grow, how many branches it will have, how many leaves it will have, how wide its trunk will be. All of that information is there in the seed. But very importantly, it had to be at the right place. It had to have the right ecosystem. It had to have the right sources. Then the potential that is there inside the seed becomes a tree. One tree has about 11,000 seeds. One tree. Only 4 of them grow. So that's the kind of odds we are speaking about. Why this analogy is given is, we are like those seeds. When we come into this room or when we were born, we were all like those seeds. And those seeds do not have an understanding inherently. And when we start putting these water and the soil and the resources, it automatically grows into this huge tree. The entire potential that is necessary is already there inside us. All the necessary strengths, values, virtues, qualities are already built into us. What we are going to do today is trying to dig deeper and understand what those are. And see how you can use those values and those virtues to draw something for the future. Right? Say, okay, with this, what can I do? How can I build something of value? Okay? Does that sound interesting? And this is not something that is today's story, right? Throughout history, human beings have always been like this. We don't know what our potential is, and then people give you all sorts of difficulties in between, right? Do you know who this person is? His teacher said, because you have a large forehead, you must be dumb. It's not Einstein, right? But close. This person was blamed for being a slow learner. He couldn't speak until the age of 4. So the potential was there inside, but then the ability to recognize that potential was not possible even by the teachers who were teaching him. So it is completely something that he built by himself, something that he had to learn and he had to develop himself. It was his mother who helped initially. So there is always somebody who actually provides that support, who provides that kind of mentoring, right? And belief that I am actually capable of doing something in this world. It's very important to understand potential and have the belief. Another example, but very important to understand, is that you are not determined by what other people comment on you. Very important point. You are not determined by what others comment about you. Right? We will do a very interesting activity later on that actually shows you how you have nothing to do with what other people blame you or label you. Right? Very interesting activity. And also another important aspect is you are not chained to your past. It doesn't matter what you did or what you did not do. It does not matter whether you came here with a purpose or you did not come here with a purpose. Your past has no bearing. Or if at all there is any bearing, it is about learning from the past. You cannot be chained to your past. You cannot say, because you did not do this in the past, you will not be able to do this in the future. There are many people who will tell you this, that you did not do this last time, therefore this time you will not succeed. Right? So this is something that's very important. Here is an example for this. This person, I don't know if you know this person, Nick Vujicic, right? When he came into the international scene about 10 years ago, very few people know about him. But then this person is amazing. He was born like this. He was born without arms and legs. Can you imagine? Isn't that a unique challenge? Right? One in maybe thousands of people, one person is born like this. Why is this important to understand is, if these people are able to achieve, do you know he has dual degrees? He's an international speaker today. He goes around the world and motivates school kids to learn, to educate themselves. He goes and resolves conflict in war-torn places. So his motto is no arms, no legs, no worries. Right? Can we imagine the mindset that he has developed, the strength that is necessary to overcome those kind of challenges, to overcome those physical challenges, not the mental challenges alone. Imagine the kind of labels and the kind of blames people would have put on him when he was a kid. If you have to overcome those, what kind of speciality you should have? He believes, very interestingly, very nice point, there is a purpose for why you are here in the fire. If you feel yourself you are in the fire, there is a purpose why you are in the fire. Right? Imagine if a clay pot blames, why am I being put in the fire? It will never become hard. Right? If a metal rod blames, why am I in the fire? It will never become whatever you want to make out of it. So what he says is the purpose. There is a purpose for why you are being put in the fire. Once a person told me, saying, there is a reason why I face more difficulties than others. It is because God believes that you can actually overcome them. It's a very interesting way to look at it. We have two options. We have a lot of difficulties in life. It's because either I am ill-fated, my bad luck, or I can feel that God has a lot of confidence in me. God has the confidence that I can actually overcome those. Right? So that is the way in which people are looking at it. So these are examples from the world outside who are actually able to overcome those enormous challenges. This is the sort of background just to understand that inside us there is potential. But we usually don't recognize that. And we are very happy taking what somebody else tells who we are, instead of thinking, who am I actually? So, over a period of time, there are various layers of perceptions that are formed on us. The first perception, which comes naturally to all of us, is that we are human beings. Right? This is a big sticker that is stuck on our forehead. I am a human being, therefore I should behave like a human. I should care for my fellow human beings. Not that it is bad, I am just saying that it is a mindset, it's a perception. Then we associate ourselves with a country and say, I am a particular country, so I should have these kind of feelings. It's almost ingrained inside you. You should hate a particular country. You should like a particular country. You should particularly do this, you should not do this. Then, depending on the profession that you are in, then you will have your own saying, because I am in this profession, I can't talk like this. Because I am in this profession, I can't be like this. Or because I am in this profession, I am expected to behave like this. See how these layers are falling on top of us? And sometimes because of the relationships, because I am a parent, son, father, child, whatever, because of those, each of those give you some expectations. Right? I am a daughter, I can't do this. Right? I am a mother, I have to do this. So these are some of the things that have come into our mind. Either it becomes a societal obligation, society expects us to do it, or we force ourselves saying, because I am this person, I have to do this. These are labels that we have put on us. But what is deep within us is who you are. What is interesting, if you have to wonder saying, what are goals and objectives and purpose of life, what is interesting to note is all these are role dependent. Goals are role dependent. I have a goal as a professional. I have a goal as an Indian cricket team, for example. Right? But individual is the one who has the purpose of life. Once I understand my purpose, I can take on any role that I want to take on and achieve the goal that I want to achieve. You understand the difference? Purpose is the individual's purpose. Goal is depending on the role that we take. If I take a particular role at home, say for example you are the only son, you have a purpose of life. At office, as a professional, you have a purpose in life. But as an individual, what is your purpose? On what principles are you running? What drives you? What motivates you? So what we call as purposes for the roles are actually goals. They are temporary. They change. The goalposts change. The purpose of life doesn't change. On what basis you are operating? On what basis you are getting up every day? On what basis are you going to take the next goal? That is called the purpose of life. Okay, so this is a very important point to understand that over the years, we have had so many such conditioning layers. Everybody has come and put a label on your forehead. You are so and so, you are this kind of a person, you are this kind of a person. And we have taken them, we have accepted them very happily. Right? So when we get some time, when we actually have some ability to do in silence, stay in silence, this introspection, this spending time in silence actually gives you the ability to go back and actually look at yourself, ask yourself this question. Who am I and what is actually my values? So what we are going to do now is to look ourselves in the mirror. Okay? So do you see yourself in the mirror or do you see somebody else in the mirror? Do you see yourself in the mirror? It depends on the mirror, some people will say. Right? If the mirror is this kind of a mirror, then I can probably see the lion. But it's very important to understand, whom do I see myself in the mirror? How do I see myself? All these labels have created an image of ourselves that is really not the image of who we are. We will take this opportunity to go deeper and find out who we are. So Anthony Robbins, one of the famous motivational speakers, says, questions provide the key to unlocking our unlimited potential. Sometimes we run away from questions. Especially Indians are asked not to ask questions. If you ask questions, you should be the one who knows all the answers. If the kids ask questions, that means they are not good kids. Right? So from a young age, we are not encouraged to ask questions. So this is something we have to probably change a bit. Asking questions so that we can learn more. Asking questions so that we can dive deeper inside. Asking questions so that we can unearth more understanding of ourselves. Asking questions to seek clarification. to seek insights is a very powerful thing. And this is something that can only happen in silence. It cannot happen in the middle of noise, not the physical noise, mental noise. You have 100 things to think of. At that time you say, ask yourself some questions, right? Only questions will come about the noise. Why is that happening? Why is this happening? And so on. But when you stay in silence, you actually ask questions that are related to yourself. Yeah? So a few questions to ponder. So you could write down these questions, or this presentation will be shared with you. We don't know how many of them are reading the presentation after it is shared with you, but then the presentation will be shared with you. You can actually maybe make some small notes, mental notes or probably physical notes of these questions' answers, okay? I will read them in silence, but then I'll give you a minute each, maybe 30 seconds each to think about them. What makes you smile? You're able to see? What makes you smile? Things, people, work, hobbies. What makes you smile? Don't write the question. Right? The question is there, you will get the question, but think of the answer. What activity makes you lose track of time? What activity makes you lose track of time? What makes you feel good about yourself? If you did not have to worry about money, what would you do? If you did not have to worry about earning money, what would you do? So let me ask you this. Is there anybody in the room who would do something different from what they are doing today? If you didn't have to earn money, somebody else will give you the money. You do whatever you want in life. Would you do something else? Or would you stick with what you are doing today? No. So you are doing it for money. It's fine, right? Depends on how much we like our jobs or how much we like what we are doing. Okay, very interesting question. You are 75 years old. Looking back, what are your 3 biggest accomplishments in life? Okay? Do they give you an idea? Have you thought of these questions before? You thought of some of these questions before, not of these questions. That's good. The whole idea is to think. The whole idea is to ask these questions and challenge ourselves to find the right answers, right? Challenge answers, at least to find some answer, then see how right they are with respect to our life. Good. So, we'll do a little exercise now. So, as part of this session today, we are dividing this activities into 4 groups. The first one, each is of about 10 minutes each, where you'll actually be asked to write something, note down your experiences and so on. The first one is called dive. Second is discover. And the third is determine. And the fourth is design. So, dive deep within, discover what your potential is, what you are capable of, what you are made of, determine that you are going to achieve it, and then design a practical plan to achieve it. Okay? This is what we are planning to do today. Don't have any pressure. No pressures that you have to actually achieve it. No pressure that you have to determine and make it complete. You can actually take this back home. At least the framework is with you. You can actually do this at home whenever you can get time. So before we start dive, we will practice a few minutes of meditation, because this is what is essential. This is like the foundation of diving, right? Because you are not diving from a cliff, you are diving within, right? So you have to dive in You have to actually realize what you're made of and what you're actually capable of. Audio?
In daily life, we're constantly expending energy. Energy through thinking, speaking, and doing. In daily life, we're constantly expending energy. Energy through thinking, speaking, and doing. And yet where is the source of that energy? Just as a seed is full of the potential of a tree, in the same way, I, the inner being, am full of the qualities and powers that I need to use in daily life. Practicing being the seed enables me to experience the fullness of my potential. It creates an inner knowing and allows a quiet confidence to develop. Practicing the seed stage helps me preserve this potential so that at the right time I can use my thoughts and feelings in a constructive way. Take a few moments to relax your body. Become aware of your breathing and allow your breathing to settle into a gentle rhythm. Now, imagine you are standing in a beautiful garden. In the beauty of the garden, you allow yourself to take a break and breathe. You feel the calm as you absorb the splendor of nature's gifts. The sun is shining, and you feel its warmth on your face. Your body relaxes with this warmth, and you begin to feel your mind becoming quiet and still. All thoughts of the past and the future melt away as you become still and present and aware in this moment. Enjoy the now. As you become still, you become aware that your body is the same as the 5 elements you're surrounded by. And as the awareness of the body merges and dissolves with the awareness of the elements, you remain very still inside. You are left with yourself, an essence of energy, a seed, a thinking, living seed of energy. In this seed is the wisdom, the resources, the power, and the energy to act. In this seed is love, benevolence, and as you become aware of yourself as the seed that is full, benevolent, pure, you send out a good wish. And your thoughts and feelings affect the matter that you are living in. I am a living seed, embedded in this body. I have inside me everything I need to live a rich, fulfilled, and happy life.
Okay. One of the last sentences that was said was, I have inside me all the wisdom that is necessary to lead a rich, peaceful, and fulfilling life. Right? So it's these moments that we take in silence that actually remind us of what we are actually capable of what is there inside us. How many of you actually take time out during the day to meditate? Good. So this is a practice that is at the heart of what BrahmaKumaris teaches at Raj Yoga. That you can take time out anytime, at work, at play, at home, wherever you are. Take a few minutes every day and practice this. We'll do one more practice towards the end of the session. Okay? So the first exercise is dive. Now, we will get into pairs so that we need to discuss in this, but then before that, let's do this quick activity. Recall a time in your life when you felt great, happy, or special. Okay? And then ask yourself this question. What virtue, value, or quality made that experience possible? Recall a time in your life when you felt great, happy, or special. We see a lot of people looking up, thinking. That's a good sign. Yeah? Spend time remembering a good time in your life when you felt happy, peaceful, and ask yourself this question saying, what value or quality or virtue made that experience possible? Okay, clear? Now, this is a pattern that we will follow for all the 4 sections. This is dive, discover, determine, and design. All of them will follow the same pattern. Okay? Spend 3 minutes thinking. Okay? Before that, let's get into pairs. Okay? So, anybody sitting next to their friends right now? Both of you are friends. So, you'll have to split. So, you can exchange. Yeah? Anybody else sitting next to their friends? or people whom you know. Okay, that's good. So you can become pairs, okay? And once you think, first you spend your 3 minutes thinking about this question, and then in the pairs, share, okay? What is it that is your story? What made you feel special, great or happy? And what virtue, value that you felt helped you? So each one of them shares, right? Both of them, they share. When you share the virtue. When you listen, you give one virtue to the other person. And say, I listened to your story, I feel this value helped you. Don't give the same thing that they have said. Yeah? Say for example, for me, in some situation, determination helped me. I'll say the value that helped me or virtue that helped me is determination. You could hear my story and say, I feel patience helped you. You can give patience. At the end of it, you come back with 2 virtues. Okay? Spend 3 minutes in silence thinking, then 5 minutes discussing with your neighbor. Okay? Let's start now. You can first think for 3 minutes, introspect, and then get into the discussion. Okay, if you can please form pairs now and discuss this with your neighbor and share your story within 5 minutes. Please start discussing with your neighbor. Anybody has any questions on how to do this? Any questions? So what we're doing here is trying to understand a past event, something that gave you happiness, okay, or made you feel special, made you feel great. Understand what is that value or virtue or quality that made that experience possible, right? You overcame a situation, you passed an exam, you had some success somewhere, that made you feel great. But what is that value or virtue that made that possible? Is it hard work? Is it determination? Is it patience? Is it you cared for something? Right? So there is some value that is actually making that possible. So we are trying to extract that value or virtue or quality that made that experience possible. Okay? So we want that 1 or 2 words. That is the value or virtue. Okay, we are taking a lot of time. So we should... Are you okay? Done? Both of you? Discussions? Okay. Do you need some more time? What about everybody else? So each one of you have shared your story. You have shared the value that has helped you. Did you get the value from the other person as well? When you heard that person's story, did you share your perspective, your value? Okay, that's good. Okay, good. Now, okay, I'm sure we can continue this discussion. It will go on forever. Thank you very much. Attention, please. Hello. Okay, thank you very much. Great, nice discussion. Okay, now if you can all take the cards that were given to you. In the cards you will see 4 post-its, right? 4 post-its on the left side. The first one is for dive, discover, determine and design. These 4, you can label them. Okay? Now, on the label for dive, please write down what your virtue is, my virtue is, and how I use it. What is my virtue and how do I use it? What is my virtue or quality and how do I use it? You just discussed, right? You got 2 virtues, each of you. One that is your own, one that your friend gave it to you. Please write both of them and how do you use it? Okay, I think that's very good. So all of you have your first quadrant filled, right? The first post-it that should have your virtue and how do you plan to use it, right? This is what you must have written in the first thing. So now we will do an activity, right? Before we go to discover, right? Pinky man, you ready? So in the process of understanding who am I and asking these questions, we will do this with a fun activity, a very nice fun activity. It will just be about 10 minutes, but we need volunteers, right? Somebody has to come on stage and show it to everybody else how you do this. Okay? So I'll invite Sister Pinky to come forward. So she's our expert at coordinating activities. So she is the one who has learnt all of this and who is going to teach us how we ask ourselves these questions and ask these questions in the right way so that we understand who are we. Okay? Yeah.
Thank you, Bhanu. Hello all, good evening, and hope you all are clear about the purpose of... Okay. Hope you all are clear about the purpose of life, what today we have discussed, and what Bhanu Bhai has given a very nice framework. Dive, discover, then determine and design. Hope you have all written over there like what was, how you gonna dive and discover yourself. So to understand like what is my purpose of life and how you're gonna discover yourself. So the line itself, it says like who am I? It articulates like how to discover yourself. And to make you understand more, we are going to have an activity today. And so before that, just read this disclaimer, what is written there. Are you able to read it? Is it visible? So whatever we are going to do in that activities, hope you don't feel bad about it. And let me explain that rule of the game. Okay. Fine. And I'll be calling one person from you, and I'll be explaining you how you're going to play that activity. And so we call one person and we put a label, paste a label behind of that person, and and put a label behind that person's back, and he is not aware of what is written behind him. And you need to read that silence, and you have to help him to identify. Like he will be asking you questions, what is written behind him, and you have and the question, the answer will be in yes or no. Person will be asking you the questions, what is written behind him, and you audience has to answer it in yes or no. Hope you are clear about that activity. So volunteers, please. Can we? Okay. Your name, please?
Raghaveni.
Sorry?
Raghaveni.
Raghaveni. Okay, nice.
Okay.
It will be pasted on your back, and okay. Hope you can read it. All can view it, right? Okay. Raghaveni, you can turn around. So
somebody's name has been pasted on your back.
Okay.
And you have to guess that person. Yeah. What questions will you ask so that you can get an answer in yes or no? But you have to find out who that person is. Yeah. Somebody's name is stuck on your back. Now you are that person. Now you have to ask questions so that they tell you the answers in yes or no, but you can guess that person's name. Okay? 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
So you ask them saying, is this a male?
Okay.
And they will say yes or no. Based on that, you can take the next step. Okay? Got it?
Is this any hero name?
No.
Heroine?
No.
Cricketer? Celebrity?
you are very much close to. Just keep on asking.
Comedian? Okay.
It's media.
Is she politician? No. Artist.
Different field.
Everybody knows her? Jayalalitha? No? Saina Nehwal. Saina.
Maybe you are close to just.
Sports. Sir. Which sports? 10.
Yeah, yes or no, you have to answer.
Sports. Sania Mirza.
Sports.
Sports.
Which sports?
Okay.
Yes or no, in that way.
Okay.
Cricket or badminton, kind of.
Females are there in only tennis and
Cricket also there are so many fields are there. Wrestler, there are so many other.
Is she famous in cricket? Tennis? I didn't guess the answer. I didn't.
Yeah, that is fine.
Then please tell
Answer
me.
Agavini, you tried a lot.
What is there in behind me?
Don't worry, it will not remain a puzzle. Yeah. So big round of applause. You can take it out, otherwise you'll go home like that.
Sorry.
You can take it out, otherwise.
I don't know her. I don't know her.
Mary Kom, she is very famous. Like, you don't need to worry about.
I don't know her.
Okay.
Thank
And
you.
okay. So, to understand this activity, like, I just wanted to ask you a question. What you understood from it? Like, from this discover yourself, what you understood? Before I start the... So, could you please tell what you understood? So, can you give the mic to him?
There is a label behind each and every person, so we need to identify what label is there.
Absolutely. And any one of you? One sec.
Normally, this activity shows that we identify ourselves from the levels the society has given to us. Like suppose if she has, if she had succeeded in knowing the name of Mary Kom, then she would be thinking, oh, I am Mary Kom. But she was not Mary Kom. That was the label given by you to her.
Right.
And that makes her Mary Kom.
This is our perception about that person.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Absolutely.
So that's what. Thank you.
Vinay, can you give it to her?
The thing is, how to think and explore ourselves by given a person or something, identification. How to dive in, explore, discover, do things, whatever in your way of saying. So, just giving a name and our brain started thinking of what are all the ways actually. So, by a person, he or she, then exploring the personalities and everything. Fine.
Yeah, very true. Today we have that session in that Thomas Alva Edison, that big-headed is there, he's a dull student. So this is the kind of perception we usually have. Oh, one second. Give it to her.
Like asking right questions. Whenever we are trying to find something, we need to find out the right questions, what we really need to find.
Right.
And to take a certain direction from that.
Correct. So, okay. Anybody wants to
Anyone else?
answer?
This is a process of asking questions to know a particular person. Depending upon the answers, we'll be proceeding further, step by step, and
Correct.
finally we find a particular person. Getting his name or not is other thing, but reaching to a particular area
Area.
or a set of people is kind of progress.
Absolutely. Can we go to the next?
Hi.
Yeah.
What I understood from this game is we had a label behind a particular person.
Correct.
Like we are all in jobs, like in many roles we are playing, as the presentation says, but we don't know what exactly we are. We are actually attribute ourselves by achievements and etc. etc. But we don't know what is within us. So it is, I think the game says about finding out yourself. That is what the game is all about. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
Very
thanks.
nice. So I'll take you the few presentation, what is labeling. Like day-to-day life also we lead a life with this label. Because I'm just giving you an example, because where in my workplace, but the moment I enter to the workplace, people usually call me that hero. So sometimes I also get confused, like being a female, how come people are just giving me the name hero? And I asked them, how did you identify me? They said we call you as a leader. And sometimes I ask them, please take my name, don't take my name as a hero. So next day when I come, then they say, you are the hero. Maybe I do take the initiatives or whatever they have. They might have perceived about me like she's the person, she's gonna take the initiatives. That's how the day-to-day life, we keep the labels for everyone. Then, you went, can you please come? I wanted to ask you a question, sorry. What trouble you had during this activity? To identify the label. When you were asking the questions? Hello? Yes, working.
Difficult to guess what is there behind it.
Okay, so
I tried a lot to get that answer.
Okay.
Couldn't get.
We had a trouble to understand, like we put your effort, we put your energy to know what is written behind me, right? And how about the next effort? So what you did to know, you said you put your time to know about
to
it.
guess that answer.
Okay, because you try to stitch everyone's experience, what they are.
I'm observing facial expressions.
Okay.
Whether what way they are thinking and how they are thinking. So I thought of that answer from them, but I didn't get.
Fine. So, thank you so much. So let's discover, to discover ourselves, we need to know a few points, in order to know what kind of label others have given to you. And it is very much essential to know, what is our label. In order to know whether they make sense to you or they are just labels. So day-to-day life, we need to analyze ourselves, is it really a label or they are just perceiving about me? So your internally is different from that they have given. So I just wanted to give an example, in our workplace. If someone says Raghavani is not able to good at coding, let's say, maybe you are in IT. Okay. So this is the perception I create about you. But you should differentiate from me, from my perception. Okay, I am good at my coding. I can do the coding. I can do my work very nicely. So you need to differentiate. It's not like what people perceive about you and you start assuming that you are not good at the work. And discover yourself and discovering what others thinking about yourself. So it means you need to change your perception what others think about you. So it's not blindly we just start thinking okay, they are saying okay, you are Maricom. Okay, maybe it is in good sense or maybe the negative sense, but don't think that you are Maricom. You are an IT engineer. Discovering how possible you can change their perception. So just write, discover yourself, try finding and find out what is your purpose of life. So let's explore how to do that. So I'm just giving to Bhanu bhai, he will explain more. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So what we just did in this activity was to understand how we can ask questions and ask the right questions to understand who I am, and also sometimes it is useful to know what others' perception is, and I personally believe sometimes you just ignore. Right? You may not need to be interested to actually understand and dig deep into it, but you have to be confident of what your perception is about yourself, and that is one of the things that you have to discover. So what we will do in the next activity, and we don't have time now, we have to do it a bit faster. So in the first activity we dived deep inside. Now you are thinking about what you are as an individual, so, and who you are, and what is your speciality, what you could actually become, what is your potential. So you have got some idea about that. Now let us take a look at, you have a vision or an idea of what you want to do or become. You have some idea, some vision of what you want to do or become. How would I describe it? What does it mean to me to become that person, to become that stage, right? What would it mean to me to become that? Can we describe that? For example, say if I want to lose 10 kgs weight. Okay, this is what I have to find different ways in which I will be able to achieve that. What does it mean to me? I'll be fitter, I'll be having a healthier life, I'll probably earn some more respect from my friends and family because I have actually set a goal and achieved it. So what does it mean to me when I achieve what I wanted to achieve? How will people look at me? How will I feel about myself? Okay, if I can make this discovery process inspirational, only then will the next step of determination actually work. If I don't have inspiration or motivation to achieve something, I will not have the determination to pursue it. So this step is a very important step to understand what is it that I really want to do, and what will it make me feel when I reach there. Yeah? So think of it now, what do you want to become? Anything. And what does it mean for me when I become that? Say for example, I want to become the CEO of a company. Right? What does it mean to me? Why do I have to become the CEO? Is it for power? Is it for money? Is it for authority? Is it for experience? What does it mean to me? Why do I have to become that? Okay, so think of it like this. Whatever you want to become, why is it that you want to become? Think of it. We'll try to wrap it up much faster. So request you to think, spend some time thinking, and then discussion, and then couple of minutes to write. Any doubts? Okay. Okay, you can probably get into pairs now and start exchanging your views. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you also took time to write down. Discover. Okay, so anybody would like to come and share so far what they found? Come forward.
Good evening to everyone. Myself, I am Sai. About this topic, maybe I am a bit differ with everyone because of my circumstances and everything is differ. When I was working, my levels are very high because of the way I was worked. Everyone is appreciated me, the training and everything. Myself only I have learned and I got very applause from the others. Then I come out from the job and I have prepared for government sector. Then I have failed. Then I have changed another sector. Then I have failed. Then now I came to IT sector because after completion of the 3.5 years, around 3 years, I came to this field to learn at least get a software job. Still, I have been I have learned some SiT basis coaching. Then I have been preparing. So till now, still I am going for interview because I thought when I came Bangalore, within I think 3 months or 2 months, I'll get a job because many of the people have told me that there are plenty of opportunities. My peak levels are very high. Okay, leave all what I have learned in government sector, and I have started a new journey when I came to here. Then I am very high. Now, still I am going for interviews. I am not selecting. And one of the company also I have selected. At the final, they have cancelled the entire procedure, recruitment. Still going on. My levels are again getting down. Because of that, they rejecting my job because of I'm fake. They are not recognizing my strength, my ability. So now I don't know what to do. Earlier I regularly come to BrahmaKumaris when I came to Bangalore to increase my strength, go regularly for meditation. I came around 2 months. Then I feel okay, now it's a time to prepare more time. Then I have started everything. I discontinued there and I have changed another location. I'm not able to continue some other meetings also here, discussions. Now I came.
Thank you. But we were asking for some other experience, but thanks for sharing your experience anyway. No problem. Yeah, thank you. I'll call you again.
Peak levels.
Yeah, that's fine. No problem. We'll call you again. Thank you very much. Yeah, so anybody has any experience that they would like to share of their dive and discover? Anything that they would like to share so far? Okay, that is fine. No problem. So, we will go to the next step. What is the next step? Next step, determination, right? So, in this process, you know what this picture is? Right, so we have found that we have to reduce weight, for example, but then you have outsourced that to somebody else so that you can do what you always wanted to do. Right, sometimes we have this tendency, we have this vision and goal, but then lazy, saying, you know, treadmill has to run, but I don't have to run on the treadmill. So things like that. So check yourself at this time, because sometimes our discovery means it will make us the CEO of a company, Prime Minister of India, and things like that. But we don't actually put effort towards that, right? So, is it realistic? What is it that I am expecting myself to become and what I am actually aiming to? So, this is where determination comes. Okay, so now whatever you have decided, right? Whatever you have written in the discovery phase, this is what I discover, this is what I envision myself to become. I hope that is inspiring. I hope that is inspiring to you, that you want to do this. Imagine all of you on a weekend, Sunday evening, you all took time off instead of going to a mall or a movie and came here. You're spending time here, right? So I hope you're all putting this time to good use, because this silence time is what you need to actually think about what you are actually doing, where are you going, what is the purpose in your life. Now you have made that investment. Now I hope your vision of what you want to achieve is inspiring. This is like this, the law of karma. What you put in is what you get. Right? So how much effort and energy and thought you put into this whole exercise is how much we will get back. So now you have made your vision, right? You have made your vision inspiring. Now, how will I stay on the course and not to lose track of it? Say for example, I want to be my team leader in the next 2 years. I am right now a programmer, I want to be a team leader in the next 2 years. How will I actually make sure that I stay on course for that? Or I want to make sure that every task that I do every day, my purpose of life has to be that I have to be happy. It has to be fulfilling. I have to be satisfied with the outcome of that task. If that is the purpose of my life, how will I make sure that I stay on course? How will I make sure I don't deviate from what I am planning to do? Okay? So in this, ask yourself saying, what is it that around me in my life that will keep reminding me of what my vision is, what my goal is, what my objective is? Are there things in your life, people in your life, are there situations in your life that will keep reminding me what is my objective, what is my purpose? What are those things that I can depend upon? Is it people, family, friends? Are there situations? Is it some particular job? This is an opportunity for us to set a goal, but also find all those support systems that will help you make sure you keep reminding yourself that this is my objective. Otherwise what happens? Soda water, right? You are bubbling here, you go outside and you'll forget saying some paper they gave here there. That's all, right? We don't remember this afterwards. So if you don't want this to die down, you have to put all those investments in your life. Who are those people that will keep reminding me that I set this goal for myself, I am not achieving it? So who are those things? What are those things? It may be situations, it may be people, it may be objects in your house, right? Things like that. So think about it. Again, share within yourself. You understood? Everybody is okay? Right? So somebody here wrote saying, I want to be a good graphic designer, right? And I want to make the best possible designs and houses and things like that. So what is it that will keep reminding you that you have to do? What will you do? Will you take a walk every day against the nice backdrop, good architecture? Will you go invest yourself? Will you browse something? What is it that will do to make you remember that on the daily basis? Okay, please go ahead, discuss with your neighbor. Okay, have you also made notes that you can keep with you? What is it that will keep you determined? Right, you could have a grand goal, a grand vision for yourself, but what will keep you determined on the path? Make sure that you don't deviate from your goal. Most of the time, 90% of our New Year resolutions last one day. Right? We will do this year. January 1st it is great. January 2nd we will forget. Right? And the remaining 6-7%, 8% will go away in the next few days. By 15 January we forgot which New Year came and went. We are waiting for the next year. The reason is because of determination. And the reason is because the goal that we have set for ourselves, the vision that we have set for ourselves is not inspiring enough. Some of you have not taken it seriously. Some of you have not taken it very, it's like I have to achieve it. But when that goal becomes inspiring, when that vision of what I can become becomes inspiring, then I cannot lose track of it. And this is a very important thing. I was listening to one famous speaker. This is actually one of the Harvard alumni. Recently we had a Harvard alumni global networking meet on June 15th. So about 20 of them, Harvard alumni had come gathered in Bangalore. 6 or 7 of them were foreigners who decided to stay in Bangalore and continue their businesses. They're all founders, CEOs and very well off people. It is amazing to see the clarity, right? You set a goal, you set a vision of what I want to do, and they also define the small milestones and say, if I want to, at 6 months down the line, if I want to be able to make my company public, these are the 10 things that I have to do in the next 6 months. And for these are the people that I will depend upon. These are the skills that I will need. So that kind of clarity is there. And obviously they are successful. Right? So for us to have that vision and make that inspiring really makes us pursue that. If I don't make that vision, then I don't have that goal, that zeal and enthusiasm to actually pursue that. Yeah. So this is a very important step. Now let us look at what actually determination means. Determination is like a thought. It's like a signboard. Right? Saying I have a determined thought. I made up my mind. I determined thought. So determined thought is like a signpost. This way to my purpose. It doesn't mean that you have reached your purpose. Right? If you go on the highway, it says 500 miles to Hyderabad or 500 miles to Pune. It doesn't mean you have reached Pune. It just says if you take this road for so many miles, you will reach Pune. It is just a signpost. So your determination is like a signpost, saying that you are in a particular direction. Now the next step is, you know where you are, you know what your destination is. You have to make sure that you identify each of those milestones and design them. Right? So that is this pattern that we are going to say, what is it that I'm going to make changes in my life? Like I told you the story of this person who was saying he wants to make his company public or he wants to do something XYZ. He is actually going through very detailed steps of 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the steps that I need to take. This is what I'll do. Right up to saying on July 25th, I'll have to speak at this conference because at this conference, these 4 people from the government are coming. And if these people listen to my speech, then I will have an opportunity. So they have made plans. They have made plans of exactly what needs to happen. So here is an opportunity for us to design. Now I know where I am. I am also determined that I have to achieve that. But then how will I take those next steps? What are those practical next steps that I have to do to be able to achieve it? Right? For example, I'll go back to this weight example. If I have to lose 10 kgs in the next 3 months, every time I am at my office doorstep, I will not take the lift. These are small steps, right? Very common sense things, right? I will make sure that my water bottle is only half filled, so that every half an hour or 1 hour I have to get up and walk. Things like this. These are practical tips that you can actually take care to make sure that you are in the target of losing weight. So whatever your vision is, whatever your goal, purpose is, if you want to achieve satisfaction, happiness, if you want to have knowledge, competency, if you want to get some certification, if you want to do anything, what are those practical steps that I have to do today, tomorrow, next week, in the month from now, and how will I be able to achieve that? Okay, so we know where we are, we know that the path is long. What are those milestones in between? So what is my purpose and what are those major milestones? Saying, for example, if I lose 3 kgs in the next month, it's a good indicator that I will meet my goal. If I have to go public in 6 months' time, having this kind of a investment plan is good. If I have to become a team leader in 3 years' time, right, I should be able to lead one project independently myself. I should be able to groom 3 team members myself. These are practical next steps. In the next 3 months, I should be able to do this. 6 months, I should be able to do this. So what are those steps? Yeah, think about them. Okay, request you to discuss and share each other's design of what you will do next. Okay. Hopefully you have all written what's my purpose and the major milestones that you foresee, right? So how many of you had more than 5 milestones? 3 milestones. 4 milestones. Very good. Okay. So go home. This is not sufficient obviously to realize your life's purpose, but you can actually go back home and think about it. What are those small milestones that I can actually build in to my plan so that I can make this as realistic as possible? Otherwise, right now we don't have the driving directions towards my purpose. So the whole idea is to build that turn by turn navigation towards your purpose. Right? It's not easy. It takes time. It's also reflective. Okay, so don't expect that after 1 hour of session we'll suddenly get the purpose in life. It may not happen that way. So the idea is that you just introduce to a purpose, a framework for determining your purpose. Then you can go back home and think how much ever you invest your life into this, you will get that much return. The more serious we take this and get to it, the better it is for us. Yeah, that's the whole idea. So now that you have these 4 pages, right, on the right hand side of you will see 4 post-its. So make these notes. What will I do today? What will I do today? And okay, by the way, we want you to keep this on your desk, at office or at home, wherever. So if you can make this, that's the reason it is on post-its, so that you can take them off and put something else later. Right? In case you work more on it and you decide that you got some more ideas, you can add some more post-its. And what will you do today? Right? So write those, maybe 1 or 2 points, 3 points, how many ever points. And then what gives me strength always? Because along the way, there will be those days where you will feel demotivated, where you will say that, this somehow doesn't work. All this purpose and all is waste of time. Let me live my life as it comes. Right? That's also one way of living. Right? So why should I have a purpose? Why should I break my head in determining all this? So that is one way. So what gives me strength to actually pursue this? Now think in your life, if you are down, if you are depressed, you always do something. Right? You will always go to someone. You will always do some particular activity. You will probably watch a video. You will probably go and talk to someone. You will probably sit in silence. You will probably take a walk. What gives me strength always that I can count on 100% of the time? What is it that gives me strength always? Have you thought about it? What always gives you strength? That's fine. If you are not thought, it is okay. You can think now. Right? Spend the next few minutes thinking and saying, what is it that will give me the strength always? I can always close my eyes and go to that person or that thing, whatever, and gives me strength. It could be a temple, it could be whatever, right? Okay. You can of course continue and think about it deeper and write some more points, but then at least you got a start. Right? This is that inertia that you have overcome right now. Once this inertia is overcome, then you can freely roll. Right? So you can go back home and think about it more. Very important point that I have observed throughout my personal experience is that you have to have a purpose in life. Whether it is from an academic standpoint of view, whether it is professional, whether it is personal, having a purpose in life is actually going to give you that foundation that you need to have goals that are larger than yourself. If that purpose is not there, you will always be achieving only what you are capable of. Right? You will not be able to beat yourself. And for me, that has helped always. So I would strongly recommend you think deeper. And in any field that you choose, I can actually do anything I want in my life. If I put my mind to it, I can do anything I want in my life. So I can get any job I want, I can travel anywhere I want, I can study anything I want in any place in the world. It's just that I have to put my mind to it. So once I have that confidence, once I have that ability, it is coming from a purpose that I am innately capable. I have the knowledge, I have the resources, I have the ability to do it. Then I can build on top of it any goal that I want. Yeah. Yeah, I got your question. So he's asking is, can I have multiple purpose of life? What do you think? Possible? So here is one way to think about it. You could call it a purpose or you could call it a goal. So what we covered in the beginning portion of the presentation is all the aspirations that we have that are dependent on a role. A role in the sense as a professional, as a parent, as a countryman or whatever, you can call them goals. And what you have for yourself, say for example, competence, say excellence, these can be purpose in life. They span across roles. You can have excellence as a profession, you can have excellence as a personal being, you can have excellence in relationships. So excellence and those things are actually, I feel, purpose that span across goals. And using that purpose of life, for me, for example, my purpose is to give the best of my ability at every moment. Now, that very well applies to an educational context, academic context. That applies to my profession. That applies to my personal relationships. So, if that is my purpose of life, then I can have any goal that I want to have. When I invest in that purpose, my goals become achievable. So that is the difference that I would like to make. That roles, what you have, are giving you goals. But what makes you achieve those goals is the purpose of your life. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Now that you have some background, what is it that you really want in life? Let's see. Money, nice to have. Car, old model, but okay. House, family, travel, adventure, awards, faith. So what is that you really want? What is very interesting is that irrespective of what you want, you actually want the same things. Say for example, you want a car. Why do you want a car? Then I'll be luxurious, then I'll be, happy, I can enjoy, I can do this and so on. Why do I want a home? I can do this, then I can be happy. Right? If I get this, I'll be very knowledgeable, people will appreciate me for what I do and so on. So eventually, you actually want only 7 things in life. So you can actually write down these 7 things. Every human being only needs 7 things. You'll be surprised. Right? These are the real 7 things that I want. And the rest of it is all our excuses to achieve these 7 things. So, we can have a completely detailed discussion on how you will achieve these 7 things, right? But then, the whole intention is to say, you can actually deeply question yourself. Remember one of the first slides? Asking questions makes you go deeper and unlock the true potential that you have. So ask yourself every question saying, why do I need a home? Why do you need a car? Why do I need a promotion? Why do you need to travel? As you go deeper inside each of those questions, then you will realize that these are the 7 things that you're actually trying to get. And what is even more interesting is these 7 things are always present inside you. It is like this queen who lost her necklace, right? And she was searching for the entire kingdom to find where that necklace is. But she was wearing it all the time. But see, this is the kind of sort of misunderstanding that we have, that these things lie outside and I have to go on a vacation to get peace. I have to do this to get knowledge. I have to do this to get knowledge. But then all of these innate qualities are inside us. And because these qualities are inside us, when I am taken away from these qualities, I feel unnatural. Right? How many of you have been on a vacation and suddenly in the middle of the vacation felt, oh no, this peace is too much, I want to be peaceless now? Anybody felt like that? I have been peaceful all this time, I don't want to be peaceful, I want to be peaceless now. I want to worry. No, right? You don't feel like that. Because that is unnatural to you. It doesn't come natural to you. What comes natural to you is to be peaceful. The moment you feel headache, you say, no, I have to get rid of this headache. Because that's not your natural state. And understanding that who you are and what your original state is what is Raj Yoga. And when I understand who I am and what I really need, if I am able to achieve those, then my mind is free to achieve my purpose. Else I am stuck in the material goals that I have. All these material goals that I have in between are actually deviating me from getting my real purpose. Whatever my purpose is in my life is I am actually putting all the goals, all the material objects as obstacles. And because those are lying in front of me, I am unable to focus and actually realize what I am capable of. When I put my mind to these 7 things and realize that these 7 things are already inside me and I can actually grow them and I can actually nurture them and realize their complete ability, my interest in all those material things will reduce, my ability to conquer them will improve. Right? You can never conquer something by being the slave of it. Isn't it? How long can you conquer something by being the slave? So you can conquer it when I detach from it. When I disassociate myself from it and say, I no longer depend on this, but I can win over it. Anything material, any material objective, any material goal, you can win over it. But first, I need to conquer it in my mind. If I become a slave and say, I want this, I want this, I want this, you can never conquer it. It's a simple law. For me to be free from it, I should be able to fill myself with what I actually need. And that is the role of meditation. That is the role of spirituality. When my mind is full and have this richness and fulfillment, I no longer am a slave to anything material. I can put my mind to anything I want in life and I can win it. That is why they say, Indriya Jeet, so Jagat Jeet. The one who conquers his senses can conquer the world. Right? So this is said in our Vedas and Upanishads, but then we have sort of kept it aside. Sister Shivani, I think most of you have heard, so you'll probably be able to relate to it. So she's speaking on how to recognize the purpose of life. Yeah? So let us spend a few minutes in that. Sure. Can we do this after meditation? Yeah?
Let the body sit very relaxed, comfortable. और शरीर को हल्का रखते हुए अपने आप को महसूस करने की, देखने की कोशिश करें. ये शरीर तो जड़ है, मैटर है. ये हाथ तो वही करता जो मैं इससे कराता हूँ। ये आंखें वही देखती जो मैं इसके द्वारा देखना चाहता हूँ। मैं कौन हूँ जो चूज करता है इस शरीर के द्वारा क्या करना है। शरीर को चलाने वाली शक्ति, एनर्जी, कॉन्शियसनेस, मैं आत्मा हूँ। I am an eternal energy, point of light, the soul। अपने आप को धीरे धीरे देखने का प्रयास करें। Shining in the center of the forehead, अति सूक्ष्म छोटा सा tiny point of light, just like a little star in the center of the forehead। This is me, ये मैं हूँ जो ये शरीर धारण कर अपनी रोल्स और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज निभाता। मैं शक्तिशाली आत्मा हूँ। I am a powerful being। हर परिस्थिति का मैं मास्टर हूँ। शांति, खुशी मेरी अपनी प्रॉपर्टी, मेरी अपनी नेचर है। This is who I am। I am a peaceful soul। I am a blissful soul। मेरे जीवन का लक्ष्य अपनी वैल्यूज को, अपने गुणों को अनुभव करना और अपने संबंधों में लेकर आना। To experience peace and to express it in every interaction। To feel love and to express it in every interaction। This day and tomorrow। कि मैं आनंद स्वरूप आत्मा हूँ। I am a blissful being and I will express it with everyone I meet because this is the purpose of my life।
Okay, how was it? Good? Anybody would like to share their experience of the day? What you went through? Yeah.
First of all, I would like to thank. First of all, I would like to thank for this opportunity because when I about to come this place because of my friend, I came here. I was thinking there would be more motivational talk because normally how the motivational talk would be is showing one picture, Albert Einstein or somebody else. This is achievement and be that and be this. This should be the common motivational speaks that happens usually. I used to keep those things aside because I know what is achievement. But when I came here, you all ask is what you said through your presentation is be yourself, which nobody says. Nowadays, people all have. I think they in their mind they want something, what others to do, and they only say that. But what you said is perfectly fine. That really I liked it. Be what you are and do what you like. That is, I appreciate for that word, and I'll continue doing it. Thank you.
Anyone else? You don't have to share your purpose, but share your experience of what happened today. Anybody? Yeah.
Hello everybody, my name is Jitendra, and as he has mentioned that today was really a great opportunity for all of us. Like normally we don't take time to reflect on our lives, that what is our purpose in our life. Today we have been given a great opportunity to think what is our goal, what actions we have to take, and that helped us in creating a roadmap to success, that if we first we have the opportunity to dive into ourselves so that we can know that what we really want in our life, then discovering what can help us in getting that thing, and then creating that roadmap. We normally, we are so much busy in our lives that we don't take time to sit and think and write those goals and those actions that we need to take. Today, the notebook that we have in our hands contains the roadmap that if we follow that, whatever we have written, we will surely get success in our life. And the only way to reach that goal is to liberate our mind, to make ourselves free of those surroundings, whatever we have. So really this meditation will help us. Till now means I have heard so many times that meditation will be helpful for us. Just we did not know like it would be so much helpful in leading us to success in our life. So thanks to you. Thanks for everything. Thank you.
Inspired to share your experience? Okay. So, anybody else change your mind? No. Okay. So he asked a question about power, right? So it came in the meditation commentary. So ability to overcome situations, ability to overcome mental situations, ability to overcome challenges should be defined as power. The definition, the worldly definition of power means authority. Power means ability to boss over someone, right? It's more of a negative meaning of power. But here the definition of power is ability to overcome. There could be mental obstacles, physical obstacles. So that ability to overcome, that innate ability to overcome is power. So, and when you overcome, you actually inspire. Power is the ability to influence, whether you take it in a worldly context or in the spiritual context. So when you transform yourself, when you change yourself, you inspire others. And that inspiration, your ability to touch other people's lives, is another definition of power. Yeah, so just take a look at your own lives every day. How much time am I spending thinking about myself versus somebody else versus the rest of the world? Right? It's a good indicator of how we have become over a period of time. I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to get this, and so on. So it's very self-centered. So take moments throughout the day to turn inwards and then turn outward. Go out and actually think of people around you, think of environment, think of people around you. So that way you will be able to live a more empowered life. Okay? Thank you. A few points though, you will all be given feedback forms, so request you to fill those. What's the next step? Okay. So weekend meditation classes on Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then 6 to 7 p.m. over the weekends. So this place is very close from here. It's about 5 minutes walk across the street. All the courses are conducted free of cost as a service to the community. So I would like to thank all the volunteers who put their effort over the last month or so to create this program for you. So one other volunteer, Sister Geeta, is not here, who actually helped us with all the cardboard cutouts and the post-its that you see here. Request all the volunteers to get up, please. So this Rajeshwari Ben, so she's also sitting there silently. So good. So there is a lot of effort that goes in. You saw the video of how there is a lot of fun and enjoyment in doing these activities as well. So we are very happy to bring this to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bhanu, for this wonderful session, and also thank you all for taking time to attend this SiT retreat. For those who are interested to learn more about Raja Yoga meditation, see, this is our address. And those who are not registered, please register yourselves so that we can contact you for the next SiT event. And we have arranged tea and biscuits. Please feel free to have it. Thank you.